We have a packed house at the REKAP Lunch Hour today. What's up, everybody? It's Ryne McGuffey. Wow, it got so quiet. It's like uncomfortably quiet here. What's going on, everyone? Tuesday edition of the REKAP Lunch Hour. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Look at Cap. Order.hooters.com. If you want it delivered straight to your office, to your door, DoorDash will do that for you, or you can pick it up. We'll talk about our fine partners at Hooters in a minute. But let's be honest, folks. I'm coming at you a little hot, but tough night last night, as we all learned. The legendary Ryne Sandberg, Ryno. They say never meet your heroes. I always say that's bullshit. And I really believe that, because sometimes you've run across someone like Ryne Sandberg, and he's better than the player that was on the field, better than the guy that wore number 23. Had a chance to work with him in the 2016 playoff run with Cap. And you see some pictures here, Cap and Holly and Ryno. He was part of our coverage on CSN. I was going to say CHSN, but CSN back in the day, and could not have been more gracious. Me and Danny Wysocki, you see me on the right-hand side there. Look at that young lad with Ryno. Danny on the left there. The two of us, Danny was booking Ryno, and then I went on the road with him. So the first time that I had the wow moment wasn't just working with him in the World Series, because you get a lot of pinch me moments. Sometimes you're pinched along the way. My mom to this day still calls me Ryno. To this day, still calls me Ryno. She's the only one. I made that public. If you call me Ryno, we're going to have some words. But my point is that as a Sox fan growing up, I watched more Cubs games on WGN just like everybody else than anyone else. And I loved Ryne Sandberg, and I loved the fact that we had similar names. I love the Ryno nickname. And when he called me, Ryno calls me in 2016 from the LA hotel we're staying at, hey, man, how are you getting to the game? And I'm like, well, we're just going to probably either Uber or rent a car. He's like, I'm going to go on my own. You want to roll with me? Guys, my crew, yeah, I'm going to roll with Ryno to Chavez Ravine. That was an all-time moment. But I can go back to 2005. We were having a party. I think it was maybe 2007, actually. We were having a party for some dear friends, an engagement party. We ended up at a karaoke bar in downtown Chicago on LaSalle Street, Blue Frog. It's no longer there. If you know it, you know. If it's the old, if you know, you know. It was the original karaoke bar. It was a shithole bar. It was not very big. And if you went there to sing, you better be good, because the fans were going to let you hear it. We were there with this group, and there was a table across from us. And I'm like, that is definitely Ryne Sandberg and his wife, Margaret, and a group of people. And they were just having a good time. Well, eventually you had to kind of cross paths. So the only way to make it happen was one of the guys in our group requested Van Halen Jump. And Ryne Sandberg came up on stage and started jumping with him. And I was like, no way. Came over to our table. Was like, hey, who are we celebrating over here? They were celebrating a 50th birthday. We were celebrating a couple. That night, I texted the group of people last night, synonymous with who Ryno was. The all-time dude, a guy's guy, guy, girl, whatever. Ryne Sandberg was a Hall of Fame person. Tragic. Cancer sucks. It is. I mean, we all know it's affected all of us. I saw somebody here in the chat. Here it is. The dead will walk the earth. Cancer sucks. The end. You're damn right it does. You're damn right it does. So Cubs obviously lost in what I thought was a very sloppy game last night. Both sides. Mizorowski in the first inning looked like he let the moment get bigger than him and was able to kind of let the game come back to him when Matthew Boyd had probably his worst start as a Cub.
Oh,
by far his worst start as a Cub. 5 walks. Just sloppy. Errors. A lot of base runners. A lot of traffic. It just wasn't a clean game. I thought it was going to be a pitching duel. We all did, and it didn't happen. So let's get to the chat. Obviously, the trade deadline is 48 hours away as we get closer to figuring out what the Cubs need or what they're going to get. Luis Roberts' name is probably the hottest name going right now on this Tuesday. The Phillies and Mets seem to be trying to go elbow for elbow here. The Phillies in town, the White Sox, another impressive win last night, 7-3. That was as good of a game they've played clean. I'm talking pitching, defense, and power as they've played, including an opposite field homer from Luis Robert Jr. So I think it's a 100% lock. 2 weeks ago, we're sitting here. I thought Robert was not getting traded because of why the hell would he? You can't trust him, et cetera. I don't think you can trust him, but I think it's a virtual certainty at this point. Seems like the Mets to me will be the team, but we'll see what happens. What's up, Phil? The real Phil Sims. Very sad to hear about Ryno, not just a loss for the city, but for the sport of baseball. Truly believe Cubs will win this series and definitely go on a serious run. Do it for Ryno. Hall of Fame person. We talked about that. There's plenty of things you can see and go back and find about the Sandberg game, June 23rd, 1984. Sandberg talks about how 1984 changed his life. Well, hell yeah, he won the MVP. But that Sandberg game, other than game 7, take out the playoffs of 2016, probably the best single game in the history of the Chicago Cubs. Kerry Wood, hold my beer on the 20 strikeout game. No. The Sandberg game, if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor, people. Go on YouTube. You can find the whole damn game there. They've played it on MLB Network. I'd be stunned if they weren't playing it on MLB Network today. Yes, Becky, the Marlins did take 2 of 3 from the Brewers over the weekend. The game versus the Cardinals is truly one of the great games of all time. You knew something was up last weekend when both Kerry Wood and John Lester wore the jersey. Then the next day, Jed spoke about him in the past tense. Yeah, look, you don't have to he was a public figure. I think we all publicly or privately knew that he was headed to hospice. And obviously those Cubs legends that wore the jerseys last weekend, we knew it was bad. And then they had the Instagram post. I think the Instagram post last week was kind of the beginning where it was, I'm going to continue to fight, but I'm going to focus on family and friends. So yeah, Ryne Sandberg, the dude of dudes for sure. When he talked about the Hall of Fame this past weekend, Bob Costas last night said people knew it was only a matter of time. Yeah, I think they kept the hospice stuff private. Becky wants to know, should the Cubs get Shane Bieber? I saw a rumor about him. Hasn't pitched in a game this year, coming back from Tommy John. I think he's due back sometime in August. That's an ultimate risk reward. I mean, he's a dude. He has been a dude. I'll put it that way. I don't know what it's going to cost you. I don't think they have it. I think it was a free agent deal. He might have a year on the back end of that, actually. So you might be getting a year of control with Shane Bieber. I wouldn't be opposed to it at a certain cost.
He has one more year.
Wait, what's this? Traded to the Astros. Shane Bieber. People in these stupid blogs, their headlines are terrible. Yeah, he's going to make a rehab start. He signed a 2-year deal. So it'll cost you. I don't know what it'll cost you. It's a player option for 2026, actually. So I don't think it's going to cost you Owen Casey, but if you think you're getting Shane Bieber for nothing, you're probably wrong. He's an ultimate, he won the Cy Young in 2020. He was 8-1 with a 1.63. I like the idea of it, but it can't be the guy that you're actually just going to fix your rotation. I mean, you need to get someone and Shane Bieber. Saw the Bieber.
Matt Shaw a deal to get Mackenzie Gore or Joe Ryan?
Oh, hi, Cap. Would you like a microphone?
Not really. I could just share yours. Would you give up Matt Shaw in a deal for Mackenzie Gore or Joe Ryan?
So you've said no. We talked about this in the office yesterday because that's what we do. I don't know. You basically said Matt Shaw is untouchable.
I don't believe you could trade Itzhak Paredes, Cam Smith, and Matt Shaw in a 6-month span and expect to figure out third base.
Well, yeah, then you'd have a whole third base. And I think that's if you had a Colson Montgomery waiting in the wings, then I think it's an easier decision. Mackenzie Gore,
he's a stud. Mackenzie Gore is really good.
Okay. We don't know if he gets you to game 6 of the NLCS, but you lose. Are you trading Matt Shaw?
Yeah, because I have control going forward, but I think I would prefer to put Owen Casey and take 3 or 4 other really elite prospects that we have and put them in a deal. I'd rather overpay in capital than give up a guy who I think is going to be a really good player.
Godfather, what's up, my man? We know Godfather's battling some prostate cancer right now. That's what we do. We're a community here on the REKAP Lunch Hour. Rest in peace to Ryno. You were the best. No doubt about it. Jordo, definitely. A lot of Ryno stuff here. That was the worst Monday in a while. Ryno was one of the best players I've ever met. Always a smile, always appreciative of the fans that wanted to meet him. He was generous. Used to talk to him on Facebook when he was battling cancer. Pretty incredible. Wayne, is there anyone left in the minors the Sox may bring up this year? It's a great question. I think there will be some relievers like Peyton Pallett. He's a kid from the University of Arkansas. I think he's got a shot to come up. I don't think like there's any big sexy names like Braden Montgomery's not coming up this year. Noah Schultz he's the one that's interesting. If they bring him up, maybe it's September and maybe it's not going to be, to me, it'd be like 2-inning type appearances as they monitor his innings down the stretch. He's made 12 starts with a 3.34 ERA, 56 2/3 is all he's pitched. They're monitoring the hell out of him. He pitched in the Futures game. Didn't go so well for him. I think he is up at Charlotte now. He's made 3 starts in Charlotte. I gave you the 12 starts. He has been getting absolutely raked in Charlotte. So I think the plan, in theory, was to bring Noah Schultz up at some point at the end of the year. But in 11 1/3, he's given up 15 earned, 18 hits. He's walked 8. And he's given up 3 homers. Like, honestly, no rush to bring this guy up. No rush to bring him up if it's not working there. Erica, my profile pic hasn't changed since last year. It will not change for a while. He was my childhood hero growing up. Appreciate that. Ryno. Breck definitely knows the Ryno story. Lip Ripper, RIP to Ryno. Wayne, I may be old, but I got to watch Sandberg play ball. He has brought tons of excitement to the north side. Rest in peace, Ryno. I guess I'm old too then, Wayne, because I watched Ryno play ball. Guess we're both old. Jess, what's up? Rest in peace to Ryno. Idea I had was Cubs could join with Northwestern University of Chicago and or USC to donate an hour of cancer research in Ryno's honor for every RBI this season. Damn. Jess, again, you're the idea person around here.
It's a great idea.
Submit that. We know some people at the Cubs. I guarantee you there's a big radiothon on Cap's rival station this week. That's all. It's like Cubs for the Cure of Cancer. It's a radiothon with Danny Parkins. Really good stuff. I have a feeling the Cubs will probably announce some kind of, other than like they're going to wear a patch the rest of the year. And I have a feeling they'll be donating some money to cancer research and probably allowing the fans to do the same along the way. Al, look at that. Look who chimed in. Our guy, Al.
Oh, wow.
Ryno, a special, great guy on and off the field every game. He played the right way. Great example. Wish there were more like him. I think F cancer is about the best way to say it, KO. Wayne, rest in peace. Ryno, much too young to leave us. Alan, just an awful night. Sad. Godfather, Jed Hoyer knows Ricketts. There we go. Let's talk some baseball. Godfather comes down with the Jed Hoyer knows Ricketts will not sign the top free agents, yet he accepts an extension. Ricketts doesn't care. Hoyer doesn't care.
Hey, Godfather, did you wake up this morning and say, I'm going to go on this really well-attended 240,000 channel station and make a jackass of myself?
Whoa. Godfather's an OG to this program.
That's fine.
51 years as a Cubs fan.
That is the dumbest comment I've heard in a long time.
No respect. Who invited this guy to the show? Anybody? Guy sits down and grabs the mic, starts speaking without a microphone. Come on, man. Dead says, I did not even care about the outcome of the game, and I typically do. Ryno's passing just hit me. For sure. Beginning of the end for Boyd?
My God.
Come on, Alan. Guy makes one bad start, and now we're just going to cut the cord on him. We've been sitting here for months talking about where would they be without him, and I will hammer that down again. You'd be in a bad spot. You'd be fighting for a wild card without the performance of Matthew Boyd.
There are times I think we have the dumbest fan base in sports.
As long as you
I really believe that.
As long there's no White Sox fans chiming in about last night's great performance on the South Side. That's fine. Maybe sometimes you just lay in the weeds. That's what we do. That's
what 30 under will do to you.
This guy has as many banners, by the way, as the Chicago White Sox. 3. And 2 of them are before anyone was even thinking about walking this earth, including grandparents. They're sitting there pumping 2016 like they're the 27 Yankees. You got as many damn banners as the Cleveland Browns. Chill the F out. Wow. Matthew Boyd was too scared last night. Moment got to him. Rob, strange to be so emotional about the loss of someone I never met, but Sandberg and the Cubs got me through a not-so-great childhood upbringing. He's the reason 4 decades later I'm still a diehard. Rob, thanks for sharing that, dude. First of all, welcome to the chat. Secondly, I like the vulnerability, man. Not everyone's going to come on here and be just true and honest. But yeah, Ryno, I wish you would have gotten a chance to meet him, Rob, because these two guys for sure can vouch for you. And I know it hit Cap hard. Cap had a long-standing relationship with Ryno. He was as good of a dude, way better of a dude than he was a player. Way better.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame player, and I said he's 10 times that as a man. He was just a great person. And my heart breaks for Margaret. I mean, he's gone at 65. They had this, just awesome relationship. She was with him everywhere he went.
The greatest.
It's pathetic. It's horrible.
Kurt, wish the trade deadline was moved to next week so people could get used to Ryno being gone. Look, there's no right way to grieve, man. This stuff rocks our world. So there's no perfect time. Next week wouldn't have been any better. Moving the trade deadline next week doesn't take it away. So I hear you, but yeah, that is what it is. I mean, the timing is what it is. Mike, Ryno managed the Peoria Chiefs. I'm glad someone brought this up. Managed the Peoria Chiefs for 2 seasons and was loved there. Harry Carey's buddy Pete Vanaken was the owner. Another great guy. All right, so think about how many Hall of Fame players who wanted to manage would actually go down to the minor leagues for multiple, A, at any point, B, for multiple seasons. This dude rode the bus just like everybody else. If you've ever been into the lower levels of the minor leagues, we have, not as a player, but at covering it, they stay in hotels you won't. They used to. They've changed it a little bit, but I'm telling you, the Clarion Suites in Shittsville, Virginia, I've been there. And it is not a place you want to check in. It's definitely a place you want to check out. Ryno did it, and I loved it. And I remember Luke Stuckmeyer spent a week with them in the minor leagues, and he finally got rewarded. I always wanted to get rewarded as the Cubs manager, but then this might be a weird comp, Cap. I never wanted him to get like Robin Ventura, where like you have this hero Hall of Fame player, and it doesn't go well, and it changes your opinion of him. My opinion of Robin Ventura, the player, hasn't changed, but there was a little stank on it when he was the manager. And so I'm glad he got his opportunity with the Phillies. I used to be a little PO'd that it wasn't with the Cubs, but I understand it a little better now. The comments are pouring in here. Let's get to them here in just a second. We got to take time. I know it's weird. I feel like raising a glass to my guy, because I've had a beer with him, to Ryne Sandberg. A Big Daddy mug would be great at Hooters right now, even if it wasn't a Michelob Ultra, a Mango Cart, a Kona Big Wave, or a Sam Adams Summer Ale. Of course, the Repo Rita, the drink of the month, $8. The rest of the month, which is just through Thursday, before that menu changes and we start thinking about Oktoberfest. I'm kind of not ready for that. Lunch specials, 11 to 3 every day. The OG wings, the boneless wings, the burger, the snow crab legs, $14.99 a pound this month. Guilty. I've actually taken part in that. So the tender tacos at $9.99. There's really no way to go wrong. The cinnamon pretzel bites, a McGuffey staple. Order.hooters.com straight to your door, or you can pick it up, have a mango cart, hit the road, and go home from there. Originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. As we go back to the show, what do we got here? Kurt says if the Sox get more than a bag of used balls back for Robert, they should be ecstatic. There's actually 5 intriguing names that they've been talking about with the Mets. They've gone up the ladder to even ask for Brett Beatty. I don't think the Mets are that desperate. It looks like it'll be 2 pitching prospects. I'll take the flyer. If I'm with you, Kurt, I want just the principle of trading Luis Robert at this point. I want him off the White Sox. I want to turn the page on the stank of the old and let these guys go together and keep on keeping on as a bunch of young guys.
Did you see I think it was Buster Olney. It could have been someone else, but I think it was Buster, said that the White Sox have made it clear if they don't get the return that they want, they will not trade him and they will keep him. And there's talk they have nothing but payroll flexibility. Hence, that means they're cheap and they will keep Luis Robert next year.
There's no scenario.
$20 million.
I'll bet you the $20 million option. He's not on the team next year.
Yeah, I think he gets traded by Thursday.
You got to remember, this is all,
but they're not giving him away.
Keep in mind, the report's the report, but there's a lot of shit that gets out there. Agents, teams that want to get out. Hey, This guy's a good player. We can keep it. We can bring him back next year and have this conversation next year. The Mets are desperate for a center fielder, and they don't necessarily need an offensive center fielder. They just need a guy who's going to go get it and run the bases well. I'm with you guys. Let's get him out of here. Flip, do we keep Colson at third base long term? I like the left side of the infield. I don't know. Here's the only problem I have. I don't know if you want to chime in on this. Why play him at shortstop in Charlotte all year and then bring him up and play him at third base? I don't know. That's the only part. I don't mind him being third baseman. I don't mind him at all. I like the young side of that infield. But if you're going to, why play him at short in Charlotte all year long if the intention was to play him at third base the rest of this season? I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought like Corey Patterson, when the Cubs had him coming through the system, they were batting him in the 3-hole because he was their biggest power guy down in their minors. And then he comes up and they make a leadoff hitter out of him. I'm like, why don't you have him in the freaking minor leagues and trade him out to be a leadoff guy?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I know the intention when the year started that Miguel Vargas was a third baseman, but then Andrew Vaughn's now hitting home runs in Milwaukee against the Cubs, and Miguel Vargas is at first base. So I don't know what's going on. But the answer to your question, could he be the long-term answer at third base? Yeah. Offensively, the dude's been awesome. 4 homers in his first 6 games. He has definitely shown the pop and the promise early on. And even defensively, he's looked really good. If the Sox get more, that's Kurt doubling down on the used bag of balls. Hate to say it, but last night is why I feel the Brewers are going to win this division. No matter the situation, the Brewers just seem to come up with a clutch hit after clutch hit in huge spots. I knew this was going to be the case. Ryno aside, I knew everyone's going to be like, I knew it. Brewers got it. They're better than us. They do all the things right. Our offense sucks. Matt Boyd was a sham. This is what they do.
I will tell you the one thing, and I'm going to say this on our next podcast. I need Kyle Tucker to look like a star.
Ooh, you're going to shake up this entire chat right now.
Kyle Tucker is a good player. When I'm talking about giving guys $400 and $500 million, guess what? You should be a freaking killer at the plate. Like, oh, God, that guy's up and bam, and he comes through. Kyle Tucker is playing, and don't tell me what his OPS and his OPS plus and all that other bullshit is.
I'm going to.
Because if you take out some of the hot start that he had when he first got here, the last 3-4 weeks, when I need him like a starving man needs a sandwich, he's been nothing but mediocre.
OPS plus, second best of his career.
Okay, take out the first 6 weeks when he was really good.
Then let's do that for Juan Soto then too, when he was really shitty, and just be like, "Whoa, he's the MVP of the league."
Go to his splits for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I'm telling you though, if you're going to take out chunks of the year, take out Juan Soto's April.
Okay, when was the last time Kyle Tucker hit a big home run? Name me. Was he got 18?
Hey. Okay, fine. Trade Kyle Tucker. They shouldn't re-sign him, and the Cubs don't have a superstar. Tom's not going to do it anyway, so blah, 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 blah.
I didn't say trade him. I need him to step up, and if he comes
He's at 205 this month.
There you go. It's, what is it, the 29th of July?
It is.
You want $500 million, and you're hitting, what did you say, 205?
Yes.
That sucks.
An OPS under 700. That
sucks too.
That does suck. But just for shits and giggles, because I want to prove my point, Juan Soto, as the Mets are dying to get to first place, right? Juan Soto, who looks like Juan Soto again. I'm going to pull this up for you just so we can all be clear. Because if we're going to take out stretches or months and stuff of people, Juan Soto with a 750 OPS in his first 31 games is not $700 million.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
Juan Soto isn't on my favorite baseball team. Juan Soto plays for the New York effing Mets, who I despise. My favorite baseball team, we're going to get
I'm giving you an example of a $700 million player.
Okay.
I'm giving you an example of superstar players.
Kyle Tucker needs to be better.
I didn't say he doesn't need to be better.
On the line now.
I didn't say he didn't need to be better. I'm just telling you to sit there and poo-poo Kyle Tucker as like,
whoa, nobody poo-pooed him.
Let's the chat. I'm going to jump all the way down to the chat here.
Like a superstar. If you want me to write you a check for $500 million, people throw that number around like it's nothing. Half a freaking $1 billion.
I understand that, but that's the cost of doing business when you're one of the best in baseball.
He's got to be better.
I mean, if you want me to start pulling up other guys, I will, because there's going to be a bunch of dudes. He definitely has to be better, to your point. Thomas, the Brewers will probably sweep the Cubs. Hopefully they'll sweep Baltimore. They'll be 65-46 by the end of the week.
I'm sure it's going to rain tonight too, Thomas.
I can tell you what, Thomas. What's it like to have feelings? Because I haven't had a baseball feeling in 3 effing years. I don't even know what it means to actually care. I sit there and watch a game. My team loses, and I'm like, oh, for 4 innings, that felt really nice. And you're sitting here bitching about being 19 over in July. Sweet. I want to wake up in the Foster house, because if the coffee is not always 106 degrees, it's 105. This dude, come on, Thomas, you're better than that. Let's go. Cancer is no. And now we go back to cancer sucks. Wayne, absolutely. This conversation, I'm sweating a little bit in here. The chat's on fire, dude. Look at these. Look at this comment. Look at this.
Yeah, it's insane.
How are we going to keep up with this? We can't. There's no longer. Yeah, David, a lot of new people here in the chat. How about this one from Willie? Why not get Anthony Rizzo to be a late game bench first baseman?
Oh my God.
Why not bring? Hey,
let me ask you a question.
Willie, by the way, welcome to the chat, man. We're here every day at 12:30.
If Anthony Rizzo was so locked in, ready to play, why has he not been on a team all season? Michael Busch is a better player now at this stage of their careers.
All right, you've been cut off. Cubs will be 5 back in a week. Totally sucks. I don't know. Your fan base does kind of suck.
Yes.
I love you guys, but my God. 5 back.
Yeah, he'll be the first guy at Clark Street Sports buying the new jacket when they're in the World Series. Ooh, look at my new Cubs jacket. You're a phony.
You know who he'll be standing behind? You.
Yeah, but I don't ever jump off the bandwagon.
That's a good point. T. Guff, live in Miami where baseball is irrelevant. Yeah. Jim, glad to see the White Sox pick up the winning again with a victory last night. There's a Sox fan. Lip Ripper, Cubs fans are the worst. The Gamer, a lot of new chat people here. I would sell. This team at this date is not a world championship team. Is WKSB in Milwaukee?
Probably close.
Cap is always 5 moves ahead of me. Roger. Hey, you can come on this show and talk anything you want anytime. I'll take your comment. But my friend.
Love you, Roger.
I'm going to laugh at that one. I wasn't going to drink tonight. I watch every out of town every game, and the team hasn't been impressive in a month. The team hasn't been impressive in a month. You got any thoughts to that?
I'm not going to get into it anymore. We have just some ridiculous fans.
Here's where the Cubs are, just so we're all on the same page. It's been kind of for a couple months. Okay. It's been a little up and down. They are 13-9 this month. They're 26-22 since June 1. You know what you need? Your GM and your president of baseball ops to go out and make some big moves here in the next 48 hours. Sometimes teams need a little boost.
They will.
I know. You've been saying it for a while. Jim likes to say, relax. Not going to drink tonight. You've become soft. That's what Breck says. Oh, no, Breck. I think we spoke earlier today. I think you already know that I'll probably have a bloody at lunch. T. Guff, would you rather be a J.O. Yankees fan? No, 100% not. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm confident in who I am every day. I have a shitty baseball team that I like. And that's fine by me.
Just find a way to win a damn baseball game tonight. I'm talking about the Cubs. And everyone could cool down.
Alan, tomorrow. Join us tomorrow. Because if they win tonight 6-1, it's going to be like, I knew it. Here we go.
And I'll be there tomorrow.
Which is true. If we can't re-sign him, trade him now for something. Talking about Kyle Tucker. Is it Godfather's birthday? Godfather, happy birthday, brother, man. Another lap around the sun, bro. 52 years a fan. He's in here coming hot at Cap. I love it. Johnny, correct, Cap. Tucker's not even looked like a $300 million man.
No, he'll get that. I'm talking about if you want to be paid like the elite star of the game, you got to be freaking better than he's been.
TJ wants Suarez at DH, Shaw at third, Suzuki in left. Suzuki is not a good defender. Hap has been horrible Fourth outfielder at best. Who's a better outfielder? Hap has not been great.
Hap, you mean as a defender?
I mean, this is an easy answer.
Hap. He's won multiple Gold Gloves.
Yes. I'm just waiting for the future $500 million man to play like one. Even as a Sox fan, I loved watching Ryno play for the Cubs. Summertime at 120. Wow. Guys, this chat is so full. We are not going to be able to get to all of them. Clint, here's what I love to see for the most part. And Katie, I know, is monitoring. We have a ton of new names in this chat. Clint, what are the chances Cubs get not Eugenio, as we know him?
Correct. He pronounced his name for Jesse Rogers.
Why don't you pull that clip up?
I have that.
It's Eugenio Suarez, not Eugenio. Passon said the Cubs and Mariners are favorites, and I think he was the one that said he'd be very surprised if one of those two teams did not land him. Cap, will you call out Jed if he makes 0 significant moves by the deadline?
Yes.
We all will. I said that. OD, Cubs are fine. Sheesh, fade Fetty night again.
And this is at the All-Star game.
Hey, Cap, I appreciate the support. It's Eugenio Suarez here. I might be at Chicago in one day. We see.
Take that.
There you go.
I'm working it, man.
Busiest lunch, Jess, busiest lunch I've seen maybe ever. I love it. If you want a player, get Bucks in a couple more, Jim. Tell them Guff Cub fans must get a lot of exercise jumping to conclusions. The jump to conclusions, Matt. One of my favorite
Office Space.
One of my favorite Office Space moments. Michael, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Let's get a Cubs win for you, for Godfather, for everybody else. Let's go over the luxury tax. That would be a present for Godfather. I know he's been talking about it for a long, long time. We got to get to the bet of the day. We are on a real cooler here. So it's fade Guff. I fell in love with the pitching matchup last night and knew in the first inning it had no shot. The Cubs under, no shot last night, especially when Matthew Boyd just gave it all back. So Cap send me a bunch of stuff today, some pitching props, and I threw this together for our bet of the day. Sonny Gray has gone 5 or more strikeouts in 9 out of 10 starts, and Lodolo has gone 4 or more in 10 straight. I mean, if it's ever been a time to get on the right track again, if it's not tonight, the fade is real.
Parlay those two with the Cubs on the money line.
Ooh, that'll probably put this puppy about 1 + 2, probably about 2 to 1. Parlay these two together, 5Ks and 4Ks, -112. Let's get back on track. 9 out of 10 for Sonny Gray, 10 out of 10 for Lodolo at those numbers. You have to adjust the lines. You have to bring him down a strikeout or two to get it done. Captain Lightskin, the Boomers game was great throughout the first pitch, saying the 7th inning stretch. And just for you, Clyde, since you think we ignore you so much, still on for the trade deadline recap, 4:30 p.m. Cap and I will have guests along the way. Jonathan Hood will join us. Gordon Wittenmeyer will join us. We'll see what else happens. 4:30 on Thursday. We will take you through the trade deadline at 5 o'clock. So we'll get through the 5 o'clock hour as the trades come pouring in the minutes after the deadline, and we will not miss anything. Last one, Lip Ripper. Would you ladder the K's for Sonny? Colson Montgomery over a homer at 7 to 1. Suzuki over an RBI parlay 20 to 1. Lip, you know I'm dancing. Let's go. We're dancing.
There you go.
There's your money line. Plus 289. I thought two
the 3-leg parlay. Plus 289.
Lodolo, Gray, Cubs money line plus 289. See you, Jess, at 4:30. T, that'll be Central Time. 4:30 Central Time. 5 o'clock Central Time is the trade deadline. Appreciate you guys greatly. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't be raging. Right, Capper?
100%. We love you. Have a great day. Take that.
Oh, look at you, Clyde. Just for shits and giggles, I'm throwing one last jab at you, my friend, since we did not ignore you at all. Carter Hawkins ends this whole thing by saying, Cap, quit texting me. We are working on deals.
Never.
We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe the Cubs will have made a move. Certainly. Let's get a win and then go from there. Luis Robert, maybe he's not a White Sox by tomorrow. Maybe he's a Philly playing against the White Sox after this. Appreciate you guys. For everybody here at the recap, have a great rest of your day. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com, order.hooters.com. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Spirited lunch hour on a Tuesday. I love it. See you tomorrow.